I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at the Astonishing Ant-Man issue number 10. Scott Lang was betrayed by reality TV show executives of all people, and now he's going on trial for a crime he didn't commit. Well, he sort of committed it, but he did it for a good reason, though. Let's hop on in and find out what happens next, shall we?
Alrighty then, so as the comic opens up, Scott Lang is nice enough to catch the reader up on how he ended up in jail in the first place, how he had the best of intentions, but in the end it was all for naught. Oh sure, he may have saved his daughter from the evil Darren Cross, but as far as the cops are concerned, he robbed another place, and even though he may be an Avenger, he's also an ex-con, so they're all that much more willing to throw the book at him. If nothing else, Ant-Man proves that while superheroing may elude him sometimes, he is still very much a super dad as he takes the rap entirely for his daughter so Cassie can go free. There's actually a really great scene where he's being led away by the cops in cuffs and the two end up having a conversation with nothing but flying insects. Scott tries his best to keep busy in jail. In fact, he's a little disappointed that after getting busted as a quote-unquote supervillain mastermind, he didn't get sent to a nicer prison. Instead, he just got sent to Miami lockup. He tries to keep his head down and also keep his head from getting kicked in by a bunch of angry inmates looking to up their reps by taking out an Avenger, even if he is, you know, a former Avenger. Now, what on earth happened to the power broker, the guy who is more or less responsible for all the terrible stuff that's happened in Ant-Man's life up until now? Well, shockingly, he absconded with all of his investors' money and left the Hench app unfinished. Well, geez, if you can't trust a guy who was trying to make an Uber for costume supervillains, then I mean, really, who can you trust? He's run off to the Savage Lands and is already beginning work on his next crowd-funded project. It's called Lair. It's like Airbnb for old decommissioned supervillain layers. He thinks it's gonna be huge. In a nice bit of irony, Cassie, still making use of her stinger powers, hunts the power broker down and hopes to bring him back to Miami to face justice for his crimes. Visiting day comes for Scott in prison, and we get a very funny little exchange between Scott and his two employees, Grizzly and Machine Smith. They say, hey, you know, we could bust you out, right? That's kind of what us supervillains do. We do it all the time. While Ant-Man may be touched, he says he wants to let the justice system take care of this one. And also, as things stand right now, he might actually be safer in prison as Darren Cross managed to turn the hijacker and get some information on who it was who ripped him off. The most interesting visit, though, comes in the form of Darla Deering, who apologizes that her reality show is basically the thing that got Scott locked up in the first place, while she more or less got to get off scot-free. She says if he can take any solace in knowing that the reality show is a big hit, and he is a big hit because of it, his profile is very much on the rise now, and he could very well be getting some acting work once he gets out of jail, that is. If anything, there's a second there where you think they're going to reconcile romantically, only for both of them to agree, you know what, that's probably a pretty bad idea, let's not do that. As the comic winds down, Ant-Man gets ready to mount his legal defense for his upcoming trial, and for that he's turned to the one person he knows he can trust over anyone else, that being She-Hulk. And yes, before you ask, this comic clearly takes place before the events of Civil War II. That's how Jen Walters is up and walking around and practicing law. Astonishing Ant-Man number 11 was some more really solid stuff. It was a breather issue to be sure, but there's nothing wrong with that, especially in a comic series that when we stop and break it down has been telling one solid storyline from issue 1. A story that, as much as it pains me, will be coming to an end very soon, but I think I can say Nick Spencer managed to infuse this book with a lot of humor, a lot of heart, and when it does end, it will go out on top. That being said, I will give this issue an 8.5 out of 10.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.